yo, Lenny D, I want you to put something together for me for that old school. Horns, 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 horns. Oh, yeah. Want to welcome y'all to Club NA Sounds. We got hip-hop and hot wings and things. Oh, yeah.
What's up, folks? This is His Lordship in the building.
Coming to the stage. John
Come on, come on. This is a sound check. Testing 1, 2. Testing the mic.
Lenny D covering that damn thing. And the one and only Reggie B. Come on, y'all. Put your hands together. Break it down.
Wow, see, first in the building. You get the first in the building award.
Choir sound nice, don't you agree?
Yeah.
Drop that beat. Now.
I just wanted to touch on a couple of things, you know what I'm saying? I'm on this, you know how you got pop-up shelves? Chefs. I got that Midwest thing where I can't pronounce certain words. I'm your pop-up YouTuber. I just pop up for a minute and pop out. You know, what's up? Always honest. You always honest. I'm chilling, Wild Seed. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to do one of my 4G hustles. Ever since they invented 4G technology, a whole bunch of new little hustles came to play. So at 3 o'clock, I'm going to hit the street and do one of my little 4G hustles. I just applied for a company like NPR, NPI, KQED, nonprofit, you know, public, whatever it is, radio and stuff like that. So one of the shows is looking for a producer. So hopefully they'll at least talk to me. You know what I'm saying? They need 30 hours a week. I think I can spare that. I feel you always. That's why you know, there's a troll named Ain't No Love Lost. And I thought that was a cool name. And you know what? It really ain't no love lost. Vicky in the house. Now I feel obligated. You know, between y'all three, I better have something to say. You know, y'all didn't come over here just for some old BS. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Oh, thank you very much. I hope I get it too. I hope that that my resume is tight. You know, my resume is really like a autobiography, and it shows that I worked with children in the city on a high school level, at a private school. I mentored for many years. I went to the School of the Arts in the city, and I've been doing my craft for a while. I've been published. I hope that that's enough for them. The only thing that I'm weak in, or I don't have any real credibility in, is the journalism side. But I'm pretty adaptable, and they also train you also if necessary. They'll send you to some training if they feel like you're a good candidate. But I do have a hunger for journalism, and especially you know, being out in the field, you know, capturing the moment. So you never know. I feel like there's something this year that's in the cards for me. I just don't know what it is yet. But thank you very much. What's up, Fundi Fee? I enjoyed your show earlier, and thank you for the shout out and everything. I appreciate that. Oh, Vicky, I just said that I better have something to say now that you know everybody's showing up. It's all good. Even when I don't. Sometimes I watch and don't say anything. I just be chilling. And when you be on the road, I don't want to distract you or anything. You know, you be in the zone. And I was telling people about Flipboard before. I don't know if anybody familiar with it. Flipboard been around for several years. And if you have a iPad, there should be a law that no iPad should be without Flipboard. Now I do have Flipboard on my PC and on my Android devices also, but it really looks good on the iPad. Shysteification. You know I'm from Detroit. I cannot pronounce all this stuff, but what's happening? Now, on Flipboard, when you look at the first page, it looks like the cover of a magazine, and the images change to the different things that you subscribe to. A matter of fact, I can look at all my YouTube channels on Flipboard. I can look at it like a magazine. Anything I belong to, pretty much, I can put it all in one place on Flipboard. And and after the front page, I'm looking at my choices. I have a choice of cover stories, which covers everything I'm subscribed to, and then I have the individual studies, things after that. And basically, the technical definition of what I'm doing is subscribing to different RSS feeds. And RSS feeds are nothing fancy. It's just another thing like a URL. Everybody knows what a URL is. RSS just means that you know you're going to go to these places all the time. I'd rather these places come to me so they'll already be there. That's the best way to explain it. Well, bon appetit, always honest, and enjoy your meal. So, just to give you an idea, my feeds that coming in are one is called the Daily Edition by Newsdesk. Some of these were default stuff that was already in Flipboard. I get an autos feed, I get a technology feed, I get ABC News, I get Earth Sky, and like I said, I get a feed from don't judge me. I get a feed from Sports Illustrated, but I barely look at it. It's probably, let me see. It's probably from Sports Illustrated Twitter account. Yeah, it comes from there. And you can get feeds from websites, web pages, SoundCloud, all kind of variety of stuff. I got my own Twitter feeds coming in. And then I use a lot of different technology like Max MSP, Stanberg, Cubase, Native Instrument Machine. I get a feed called Beginners Max MSP. I get a feed from the label I work with, Tokyo Don Records. Let me see where that's coming from. That's coming from their SoundCloud. I could have easily got a feed from their webpage if they have that. I get a feed from PC Gaming, PlayStation, iPad, Insight, Hacker News, another iPhone, yada, yada, yada. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to go to cover stories. And I said that I'm going to try to start, briefly speaking on current events that pop up in my feed on my Flipboard. And I hope that it's free. You could download it from the iTunes store or from the Apple Playground. I mean, the Apple Playground, the Google Playground. So it says, here's a leaked look at Star Wars, Rise of Skywalker villain that almost was. It says the other day a script leak that was reportedly Colin Trevorrow's draft of the original Star Wars Episode 9 one that wasn't called Rise of the Skywalker, or Rise of Skywalker, and one that went in widely different directions than the original film, namely not abandoning every plot development of The Last Jedi, TROS, did under J.J. Abrams. Now, see, I'm into Star Wars, but I'm not like a Star Wars nerd, so some of this stuff is like a foreign language to me. But it says now a leak from an upcoming Star Wars art book seemed to confirm that script was legitimate because it has concept art for what was listed as the new central big bad of the film. That's how it's written. What was listed as the new central big bad of the film. That would be Tor Volume Sith Master. Traverse script has Kylo Ren find a hologram from Emperor Palpatine left for Darth Vader. Who do I sound like now? I sound like I'm out of my league, but I'm not. I'm being cool, okay? I'm being cool. Presumably made for Vader betrayed and killed him. He was made before Vader betrayed and killed him. In it, Palpatine says that Vader needs to finish his training. And I'm going to end that news clip right there and go on to other highlights. I'm only going to speak of the highlights. I'm not going to read off into something that I haven't. See, before you go live, you should read these paragraphs first, but I'm trying to keep it spontaneous. But PS5 will reportedly have many more launches. They will have many more launch exclusives than Xbox Series X. The PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X are both set to release later this year. Let me see any other highlights here. I see Paul Walker personal video collection featuring 21 automobiles. That's on the dailymail.co.uk. Cyberpunk delayed, Left 4 Dead 3 a no-no, and more PC game news. That's at rockpapershotgun.com. 2020 Mini Cooper SE. BMW blog got a walk around video. And how did two women drive a luxury SUV into the Forbidden City? The Palace Museum, which runs the former imperial complex in Beijing, came under pressure from outrage. Chinese web users to investigate an incident that appeared to violate a ban on cars inside the facility. In other news, electric car boom drives GKN Delta Link up. Automotive world largest supplier of driveline technology is partnering with Delta Electronics of Taiwan. First mid-engine Chevy Corvette sold for $3 million at auction. First mid-engine Chevy Corvette sold for $3 million at auction. I heard that. C8 Corvette. Wow. Body of a woman missing for 6 years found in submerged car in New Jersey River. That's on WMCActionnews5.com. So I'm just giving you an idea of the things that you could read on Flipboard. It says SpaceX successfully blew up a Falcon 9 rocket as Crew Dragon made a daring midair escape. and then you can click it, and it goes to the website on c.net or CNET, and you can read the rest of the story. You can watch the video clips and stuff like that. Kaja Innocence in the building. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Jen JT, what's good? Oh, I'm just chilling on a Sunday, about to go outside and hustle in a minute. I never owned an Xbox, so I may get that this year. Well, my son has a PlayStation and he loves it. He got the virtual reality headset. He worked over the summer and bought it himself. He has the wireless Bluetooth headset with the microphone. I've never owned a PlayStation personally. I never owned a Wii or Xbox. I've never even owned a Nintendo or Atari or Activision. But I've spent tons of money at the arcades. You know what I'm saying? So now that everybody's here, let's get this show on the road.
Tell them what your name is. Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Why don't you tell them what your name is?
How's everybody doing on a Sunday? You know, it's like what should I do today? Should I go out there and hustle or should I chill? I choose to go out there and hustle at least for a couple of hours. And thank everyone for showing up. We got Jen JT, we got Grandma, we got Donna Harris in the building. You know, you guys never got to see Key Deadman's intro. You know, Key Deadman, she went live using OBS Studio, and she took one of my courses, and she's her show looks like way different, and she tried to show her intro, but it just wouldn't play across the stream. So right now I'm setting up a scene so I can play her intro. I played it before, but for those who haven't seen it, I want y'all to see it. Yes, happy Sunday. Jen JT in the building got her high beams on. And trust me, today I'm not going to try to make anybody feel uncomfortable about whoever they, support and respect out there. You ain't got to worry about that. We just going to keep it clean for the most part. So, going down to videos. Key Deadman MP4. All right, click. Okay, let's see if we can rock that. I bet you it won't be ready to fit the screen. I'm gonna have to adjust it, but let's rock that Key Deadman intro.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Key Deadman.
Yeah. Evelyn Underwood in the building. Sat 1-2 or Sat 12 in the building. Groove is in the heart indeed. Job bless is in the building. That was Key Desman's new intro. She went live today for the first time using the OBS Studio. She's really doing well in the class. And thank you, Donna. And Donna mentioned ZX's intro. She liked it. And for those who haven't seen ZX's intro, I'm going to play that next. Okay, here we go. We're gonna go with ZX's intro. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Grown Folks TV. Welcome to the show. Grown Folks TV. Yeah, I'm a little rusty on the bass guitar, man. I haven't played in a long time, and when I did play, I wasn't like Bootsy or nothing. I just, I just messed around with it, and I just play enough to play for 8 bars. If it's anything longer than 8 or 16 bars, I'm out. And then I have to use several tracks just to give the illusion that I'm playing it all at the same time. See, some people can snap, crackle, pop, and hit those, go up and down the fret, like, because it's all memorization and technique. But I have to use at least 3 tracks to give the illusion that I'm just playing with one hand. Oh, right on, right on. I know that ZX is a fan of as we all are fans of classics, and I wanted the track to sound grown, funky, you know, if like if the TV show The Streets of San Francisco was like a black show, I would think the theme kind of would have went like that. You know what I'm saying? The streets of whatever, like that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm using a bigger screen, so there is a little bit of, I don't see the buffering on my software, but on my own device it's buffering a little bit for some reason. We're kicking at 2,400 kilobytes per second, which makes everything supposed to be good quality pictures and videos. Hey, what's up, man? You came right in time. We just played your intro. What else we got here? Did I say hi to Evelyn? I think I did. And what's up, First Lady in the building? Much respect, much love. Welcome to the show. I don't know if you've been here before, but the door is always open. Yeah, man. I just wanted to say what's up to everybody before I hit the streets on this nice, lovely Sunday. At the beginning of the show, I read some highlights from what's going on out there in the cyber world and out there in the real world. I'm also going to try to make this a trend that at the beginning of each show, I'm going to read from Flipboard. You know, this is to break up the monotony, because it's getting monotonous. You know what I'm saying? This is how we vibe here. It's all good, First Lady. This is how we vibe here. It's like a speakeasy. It's like a lounge. You know what I'm saying? It's the meeting of minds. Whatever's going on outside that virtual door stays outside that virtual door. We have friends here. We have frenemies, and we have associates. And we don't block here. We just be talking, chilling. Sometimes we do a little tongue in cheek, a little bit of roasting, and you know. But other than that, you know, I'm no saint, but we try to be cool here. Thank you, Donna. Thank you. I hope the app I put today for this publicly funded company that broadcasts on the radio and television, I hope they you know, at least give me a chance to speak to them in person. If not, I'll keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? We'll just blow this YouTube thing up, this little Lordship thing, you know. Grown folks is in the building. People checking in, checking out. And also, let me give a shout out to this guy. I don't know if you ever watched him, but whenever I want to know about Africa and what's going on with Africa and China from a black perspective, I watch a brother named Wode Meyer. He spelled his name capital WODE space capital MAYA. And I think Wode Meyer means my mother, or love my mother, or to my mom. But, you know, this is a guy who really, you know, try to be a decent guy. He really gives you unbiased opinion about different countries in Africa. He actually visits. He's from Ghana. He lived in China before. I think he had a child that was going to preschool in China. He might have. Nobody ever heard of him until one day he did marry a Chinese girl, and then he was all over the black sector. And then I don't know if they're still together, but he. But don't get it wrong. He loved his people. He's actually mad that when you see from his perspective that Africans do see themselves as different. Africa is not a country, it's a continent. So he's had issues in other African countries. He's been arrested in at least 3 or 4 countries just because he, you know, was doing something that they thought was strange, like taking a selfie or taking a picture of a building or on his laptop in the back of a cab. So if you get a chance, check out his shows. They're short, brief, but to the point and very informative. And now he goes live also. His name is Wode Meyer. JJT still got the high beams on. And I'm not going to read into that. I know that you be over in Sui's channel. But I never see you talk greasy or anything. I see you just be doing your thing and participating. And, you know, I'm just doing my thing. I can let things go. But, yeah, he's a deep dude. Wode Meyer. My son had a summer job, and at the end of the summer job they had like a lunching, and it was and they got paid to be at the luncheon, but it was to celebrate the end of the summer job program. So the luncheon was at a place called the Palace of Fine Arts, and feel free to Google that, Palace of Fine Arts SF, and you will see what I filmed there. That's what's in the film. I shot a music video at the Palace of Fine Arts while my son was having a luncheon, because I like to multitask. I like to use all my available time wisely, and I keep my equipment on me, so if I see an opportunity, I always take it. So that's the imagery that you see in the background. The other part of that was in a different location, where the fountain was at a different location, but the other stuff, the Greek architecture and stuff, and the dome building, that was all in the same location. Matter of fact, the footage from the water fountain don't even have the same quality. That was at a park. But yeah, switching up. It's all about the Benjamins. What's goody? What's goody? Oh, look. I didn't. To whom it may concern, I was not insinuating anything. I just got a message. I did not mean any malice or disrespect. I just saw the eyeballs and the nose, and I usually do stuff like that. And I just said, I was just making a joke of that. I thought that you were down with suicide, but you always been cool over here, because I know that I make fun of suicide or a joke about him, but I never seen you get mad about that. So I don't have no issues with you at all. I was just trying to be facetious. Okay. Well, if I if I said something wrong, I apologize, because I was just joking. Because right now, people are getting upset left and right, and this ain't the spot where I make people upset. I actually try to calm people down over here and make them chill out, and I tease people all the time. So please do not let that be the reason you don't come back or something like that. It didn't mean anything. Matter of fact, give me a thumbs up or something if you understand what I'm saying. But that's how I roll too. If somebody say something that I'm like, I need some clarity about, or wait a minute, hold up, what you talking about, Willis? I will DM them or try to hit them is to see what's up also. So I respect that. Yeah, yeah, we good over here. But you dropped the eyeballs several times, so I'm like, what's going on? I know everybody here ain't the best of friends. Everybody here ain't besties. I know that. But everybody here cool with me. You know what I'm saying? You have been breaking lately. Breaking. Keep up the great work. No matter what, bam, straight like that. Evelyn Underwood. Yeah. Let me see here. I see that Latanya is live, or she was live. But let me see where that let me check Lordship right quick. I need some clarity. Let's see here. Yeah, there was a huge misunderstanding. I'm still waiting on you to get at me to help you get your channel up. Yeah, Jen JT, hit me in the background so we could get the ball rolling. I wasn't attacking you in the chat room. I was just playing with you. Because the two eyeballs with the nose in the middle was making me nervous. It was making me nervous. What's up, Sean 24 King? Salute. Maybe I got a phobia with eyeballs or something. I don't know. But I know when I put the two eyeballs with the nose, it's like I'm looking, I'm peeping game. What's going on? I see something. I always appreciate your commentary and breakdowns, no doubt. Right on, Evelyn. Stopped in to holler at you, his lordship, but bad association spoil useful habits. So I love y'all. I'm going to hit the like button on the way out. It's all good. I'm going to Patreon. I'm going to definitely need your help setting it up. I want it to be exclusive. I'm the best. Don't know much about technology. I don't know much about Patreon. I heard it's cool. I can do some research on your behalf and get back to you on that. I'm good at researching. I'll research in a motherfucker. I'll watch 7 videos back to back and be instantly up to date on something. You know what I'm saying? But it's all gravy. But Jen, we always good. You know how people be. People be like Suicide has a YouTube gang. Like he's like a street gang on the internet. I watched this last show and it sounded like he was in a pool hall somewhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? It sounded like he was on the street corner. Like he really act like the internet is a turf, like a gang set. That I find that interesting. Right on, grown folks. I'm just saying, people be gang banging while live. It's like that scene out of Boys in the Hood. Either they know and they don't give a fuck, or they do know and they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? when they were sitting on the porch. Now you tell me who cried when Cuba Gooding Jr. came in the house and started punching in the air, and he put his arm around Nia Long's waist and started crying. Who had a little tear in their eye also? I ain't gonna say that you cried too, cause Cuba Gooding Jr. ain't that good of an actor, and we know he ain't into sisters. But when he started punching the air after they got jacked by the police, yeah, I had one tear in the left corner of my left eye. You know, it wasn't even enough to fall out of the eye socket. All right. They only banging on the keyboard. One moment, please. Enjoy the music. I can't believe how much of a delay it is today for this show. There's a huge delay for the chat room. This is out of my control because I'm broadcasting at 2,300 kilobytes per second. That's like top. Like I could do 25 if I wanted to, 25 kilobytes per second. So this is YouTube, this is Google that's tripping, not me, not from my studio. Everything is hitting on all 6 cylinders, okay? But now it's just gotten out of hand. Let me see. So, yeah, there were some misunderstandings, but I hope people understand when they, check back in. Maybe I need to text that person again and let them know that we good. But I got a honey-do list that I got to take care of. We played Key Deadman's new intro. We played ZX intro. That intro is fly. Let me see if there's anything else in the vault. What is this? What is that? There's a video here, but I don't know what it is. Oh, let me see. See if I can make it larger. Oh, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I ain't gonna say what that is. Took forever for that video to upload. Well, yeah, I had got a call with the honey-do list. My bad. Oh, here's a intro that was similar to the ZX intro. I had did this a long time ago with the robot. This intro was for Why You Tripping Off Me. Let me rock that one right quick.
We have died already. Our lives, progressions of death, whom shall we fear? We, the strange fruit of Billy's moans, watched ourselves swing from trees. Watched them carve away the bone of our manhood. Sat passively in classes while they faggotized our minds. Hey, man.
Wow, that one went hella quick. Let me see if I can run that one back.
We have died already. Our lives, progressions of death, whom shall we fear? We, the strange fruit of Billy's moans, watched ourselves swing from trees. Watched them carve away the bone of our manhood. Sat passively in classes while they faggotized our minds. Hey, man. You have another J?
Man, they got robots doing all kind of stuff. They fighting and shooting in Arizona. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't like iRobots, because they replaced the brown eye robots with the blue eye robots. And the upgrade had the blue eye robots with the English accent. And also they put the old robots in Lake Michigan. Lake Michigan was dried out. It was a dry lake bed. As big as that lake is, between Chicago and Detroit, Lake Michigan was dried out. See, if you look at iRobots, it's really disrespectful and racist. Like, one day I'm just gonna go through certain movies that I found offensive, but we didn't trip because we wasn't tripping. We wasn't looking at it that way. But all the futuristic films used to be made out of Detroit, especially like RoboCop and all that stuff. You know, in Battlestar Galactica, they kept using the Renaissance building in the People Mover train to be a symbol of the future, because the Renaissance building was like silver cylinders. Yeah, you saw a couple of documentaries. Yeah, you know, Detroit was the spot. Terminator. When they did Terminator, they were continuing with the tradition of filming in Detroit, because before Silicon Valley and Apple and all this stuff, Detroit is where you got an idea what the future was going to be like, because they would make prototype high rises, prototype elevators, prototype things on a small scale there, and then they would implement it in other places on a large scale. You see what I'm saying? So before Disneyland had that subway train, Detroit had that train, and it went past the Renaissance Center, but they couldn't afford to extend the route of that train. But they always use it for futuristic movies, because it was a cylinder building with mirror windows, and then you had that strange looking futuristic subway train that only went a few miles. It didn't even cover. It only covered a fraction of the city, you know. it probably only got you to downtown and back to the hotel or something like that. So now that I've went off on that diatribe, I forget my point, but my personal opinion, see, this is what we need to always try to say so we won't get in trouble. My personal feelings is that black people in Detroit, even though they got the best engineering and broadcasting schools and stuff, and they were the center for hardware and hardware development, and when we was dealing with film, like treating film and like Betamax, VHS, and Technicolor, that was the spot. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, the African American introduction to robots was on a sad note. These big automobile companies brought robots into play to replace the employees at the factories. Now, you can Google this, or you can YouTube this right now. I wish I had the time, and you can see videos of hundreds of black folks using torches and stuff, welding doors and stuff on their cars. There's sparks flying everywhere, blow torches everywhere. All those people got replaced by robots. You see what I'm saying? And do you think when they start bringing in more computers and bringing in robots and stuff to replace these people who were getting good money, spending good money, if you open up a barbecue joint near the factory, you was going to get paid. Employees start to disappear, get laid off. You bring in a few other people, they not eating barbecue. These barbecue places, these soul food places, churches are getting, it affects everyone. Churches are getting less tithes, less offerings. Nightclubs are, what I'm saying, clothing stores, everything is going down because a large chunk of the people who spend money with these black businesses and other businesses are getting laid off because they're being replaced by machines. So you will get people that's not so enthused about technology and stuff, because every time they get introduced to it, they're losing their standing. You see what I'm saying? Exactly, Sage Wizzle. And you know what? People act like the same thing cannot happen in Silicon Valley. Now, this happened in the Midwest, but the same thing can happen in the West. The only difference is the people were replaced by hardware in places like Detroit. They were replaced by hardware that you can see and touch and walk up to. If you wanted to, you could probably be a rebel and plant bombs and blow up machines. But now in Silicon Valley, people are being replaced by artificial intelligence that you cannot walk up to. You don't even know where they're located. You cannot see it or touch it. So now when you order a cab, you're talking to a machine that will be followed up by a human double check later on. Now when you order a pizza or put into a drive-through, you could be possibly talking to a machine. When you call in for information, when you need information like you would get in the yellow pages, or book reserve a table at a restaurant, all kind of stuff like this. You're talking to artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is replacing physical human beings, just like it happened in Detroit with the machines. Hold on one second. Well, that'll be something more to talk about next time. I'm gonna take some film clips of the of people working in the Detroit factories. My father worked there. All my uncles. One of my uncles they had carbon fibers in the air, and they had a huge settlement with all the people that work in the factory because they said they wouldn't live another 25 years because of having carbon fibers, metal fibers in their lungs. But my uncle has passed that, and he's a minister in Detroit, and he's lived longer than he was expected to, and he got his settlement. And so yeah, but that's how the whole. I'm going to talk about how the factory, the robots, and how the music evolved out of the factories and the robots, as far as the electronic music being influenced by the Industrial Revolution and repetition in sound that they were hearing at the factories. But I have to go. I got to go handle some business. The honey-do list is now activated. So thanks for coming through. There's a car waiting for me to unload the trunk right now outside. And I just want to say peace and hair grease. Jesus Christ. Hello? 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 You hear me? Hello?
Yo, man, I don't think they heard you. Why don't you tell them what your name is?